Hey everyone, Dad Named Mac here. Welcome back to my channel where I provide helpful parenting tips and honest reviews on some of the best parenting products and gear on the market. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and make sure to click that little bell icon to turn on notifications so you never miss a video. As a new or prospective parent, you've probably been doing a lot of research online on which baby products you need to either buy yourself or to put on your baby registry. Now, as you do this, you're probably realizing that there are just a million products out there and it can be hard to determine what you actually need versus what you don't. So today, to help save you guys some money, I want to talk about 6 products that you just don't need as a new parent. Let's dive into it. First, let's talk about baby wipe warmers. I'm not even really sure why these are a thing because you really just don't need one. When you're getting out your wipes, you are wiping your baby a couple times. You're trying to get them clean as fast as possible so you can get them back into a fresh diaper and new clothes so that they are comfortable. Your baby's really not going to notice or care whether the wipe is room temperature or warm. Now, these things typically cost between $35 and $40, so you can save that money by just not buying one at all, and I would definitely recommend not putting it on your registry. It's just another thing that's going to take up space. Next, we have diaper pails or diaper genies. I know you want to make your nursery look nice and cute for your new baby and because it's your first one, but I can tell you that while these things look nice on the outside, they are just completely unnecessary. Now, these things are marketed as some sort of special magic garbage can to help eliminate all the smells from your baby's nasty diapers. But what I can say is while they may look really nice on the outside and while they certainly do hold the smell in generally well, these things get really nasty over time. Every time you have to go in there to change one of these bags, it is just repulsive and you're going to realize that the smell is just compounded by sitting in these little containers. We had an Ubi, which I think cost around $70, and it was really hard actually to keep it clean because over time it started actually developing some mold growth underneath the sliding lid that was really hard to get to. We actually had to throw ours out because it started getting impossible to keep it clean and maintained. Now, since we've thrown it out, we've been just using a regular garbage can with either grocery bags or regular garbage bags, and that has worked perfectly fine. Okay, next we have rocking bassinets. Now, these things can be very helpful because they do allow you to go hands-free, but if your baby gets used to only falling asleep in a moving piece of equipment, like one of these rocking bassinets or in the car, it can be very difficult to help them learn how to sleep on their own in a stationary crib or bed. If you're putting your baby down in this thing every single time you need them to sleep, I think you're also going to miss out on that physical touch and bonding that is just so important with a new baby. It's one of those things that as a new parent, sometimes it can be a little frustrating having to hold your baby and rock them to sleep, especially if they're just constantly crying and it's taking a long time. But when you look back on it, those can be some of the best moments you have with your baby. There's really no better feeling than having a little newborn baby fall asleep on your chest. I've seen these rocking bassinets run anywhere between $150 to $200 or more, and while you're still going to need a bassinet, you can certainly get away with one that is just not as expensive. I would say you can probably save about $100 by going with a stationary one over a rocking one. Next up, let's talk about changing tables. Now, you're going to want to get all that nice furniture for your first nursery at home, but what I can tell you is that changing tables, especially standalone changing tables, are just completely unnecessary. We had actually bought a dresser that comes with one of those tabletop changing tables, and while it looked really cute with all the diapers and the wipes organized, we honestly never used it. The spacing was just really tight, and we actually ended up finding that for us, changing our baby kind of head on was just so much easier than trying to go from the side. Now, they also sell standalone changing tables that are just another piece of furniture that are going to take up space. Honestly, if your baby has a messy diaper, you're just going to change them wherever you're at. It really doesn't matter. You're going to put them on the floor. You're going to put them on a bed, on a couch. Obviously, make sure you have a clean blanket or something underneath them, but you're just going to change them wherever, and you're not going to take them halfway across the house to put them on your changing table. Now, I've seen these things can run anywhere between $50 to $150 or more, depending on the brand or quality, and you're just not really going to need one. Instead, I would recommend just getting a few extra changing pads. A lot of times these come with diaper bags, so you may already have one. These things are nice because you can just wipe them down, keep them clean, but it's helpful to have a couple extra ones just spread around the house or in your car so that you always have one nearby for access. All right, let's talk about weighted blankets or sleep sacks. Honestly, I think these sleep sacks were more created so that you don't have to learn how to swallow your baby properly. There have been a few studies and they've shown that any sort of weight that you're putting on your baby's chest is just really not good for them. I would definitely stay away from these things just from a safety perspective, but also because you really just don't need them. If you're taking the easy way out, I think there's always some drawbacks, and I certainly think that just buying regular swaddle blankets or regular blankets and learning how to do it, it's really not that hard. Just watch a few YouTube videos and you're gonna be fine. These sleep sacks can cost anywhere between $55 and $90 depending on which brand you get, and I think it's just easier to buy a regular blanket. It's a little more cost effective, and just learn how to swaddle your baby. Just do it. It's gonna be a helpful parenting skill for you. Okay, lastly, I want to talk about baby monitors. Now, don't get me wrong, baby monitors are an essential. You should definitely have one, and you're going to want to have it before your baby comes home. There are just so many of these things out there. There seems to be a new one every single week. Trust me, I would know. I've reviewed over 10 of them myself, and it can be hard to determine which one has the features that you actually need and which one's going to be the best bang for your buck. Now, what I want to talk about is the smart or AI baby monitors. Now, personally, I've gravitated towards the non-Wi-Fi monitors simply because they just are easier to use. You can just plug them in and they work right away. I think it's great with the new wave of technology that we are trying to keep our babies safer by integrating AI features into these baby monitors. However, I do think that sometimes it can be a little bit much. The most important things for your child are making sure that you can see them and or hear them in case they need to be tended to. And while it's cool to see all the charts and the data about how they're sleeping or getting those notifications when they are crying or if they roll over or if something covers their face, all these notifications can really add to that anxiety you already probably have as a new parent. Now, we personally had a non-Wi-Fi monitor, but we would constantly be watching it, and I think we actually disrupted our daughter's ability to learn how to sleep properly because we kept going in there. And with all the AI features and notifications, I think that can actually be exacerbated a little bit. You're gonna want to go in there anytime you see a notification pop up, and I think it's really gonna make sleep training a lot harder for you. Now, you can save $100 to $200 or more by going with a standard non-Wi-Fi monitor over some of those higher end smart monitors. And while I don't think the AI features are necessary, it really comes down to what you are gonna feel comfortable with as a new parent. As I mentioned, I've done a bunch of baby monitor reviews on my channel. You can check them out. I would highly recommend the Momcozy or the Bonock brands. They both offer non-Wi-Fi monitors that are high quality, and I've really enjoyed using them. All right, guys, bonus time. One more piece of advice is you don't really need anything that is labeled as luxury. Now, I know it can be just so tempting as a new parent to want to get the best quality everything for your kids. And while that's a great sentiment, you really don't need to go all out and spend a ton of money on these things. The two things you really need to focus on when doing your shopping as a parent are functionality and budget. Just remember, the parenting game isn't about trying to show off to other people. It's about doing what you can to be the most effective parent to help keep your baby safe and comfortable. All right, well, I hope this video was helpful for you guys. I really do hope it saves you some money. If it does, please click that little thumbs up down there and like this video, as it really does help out the channel. And make sure to subscribe for more helpful parenting content. As always, thanks for watching.